Hi there, welcome to my views and news. State of emergency imposed in the Amhara region in August last year, then extended. Has it expired? Why no extension? Did it achieve its desired targets? What happened? Why is there no renewal in the cards? So what is the situation? Why is government silent? Parliament meeting? No talk of state of emergency, extension or termination. Well, let's go back a little. It was August last year when Ethiopian Parliament imposed state of emergency. The state of emergency was imposed at a time when Fano fighters were threatening to reach Addis Ababa. They had captured cities like Lalibela, Gondar, Shore, Robit, and they were surrounding Bahirdar. They were saying they would reach Addis Ababa soon. Amhara region government was about to collapse. At that time, state of emergency was imposed, and Ethiopian government ordered the launch of a military operation in the region. And the state of emergency was imposed for 6 months. It was start of August. It was due to expire in February, August 2023, February 2024. During that first period of 6 months, Fano groups were expelled. They were forced to retreat from major cities. All major cities came back under government control. Arega Kabede became the new president. Yelkal was removed, and regional government managed to survive. It did not fully collapse. The first 6 month period saw improvement in the form of reinstatement of administrative structure in the Amhara region. 6 months ended, 6 months state of emergency ended in February this year. And in February, we heard from Ethiopian government that largely objectives had been achieved, but more needed to be done in the region. That is why the state of emergency was extended for 4 months in February this year. And when the state of emergency was extended, a major operation was launched in North Shore, starting from North Shore. Purpose was to completely defeat and destroy Amhara Fano groups. And if it was being hoped that in the 4 month extension period, Fano groups would cease to exist and all the capabilities would be completely neutralized. And that is what the military officers claimed in recent months. About Dase, General Birhano Bakele, General Birhano Jula, all have been claiming that Fano groups have lost. They lost the capability of carrying out organized attacks. The state of emergency expired today, I would say. Uh, Today, there is no state of emergency imposed in the Amhara region because when it was imposed, when it was extended in February, extension was time bound. It was for 4 months. 4 months have passed. Since there is no renewal, so legally now there is no state of emergency imposed. I'm not a legal expert, but I think, by the way, if I'm wrong, correct me. But my interpretation is that today there is no state of emergency imposed in the region because legally it has ceased to exist. It was announced for 4 months. 4 months have passed, no renewal. So it has ceased to exist now. Question is, why is there no renewal? What was the point in extending it for 4 months? Did government achieve anything in the last 4 months? Well, we'll have to compare the 6 month period and the 4 month period because state of emergency was imposed for 10 months. In the first 6 months, Ethiopian military achieved some targets that regional structure, administrative structure was restored to some extent. In the second period, I think they achieved one target only, that a Fano commander was killed, Wubante Abate, a major Fano commander in South Gondar was killed. Otherwise, in the last 4 months, Ethiopian military did not make any large-scale gains against Fano fighters. Rather, in recent weeks, we have been seeing increase in the frequency of attacks by Fano fighters. More assassinations, more target killings, more ambush attacks, more attacks in cities in the last few weeks by Fano fighters. It means that the last 4 month extension was almost meaningless. It did not achieve any results. That maybe the government has realized now, I think, that even if the state of emergency is extended, it won't be able to achieve desired results. Desired results means that Fano groups won't be completely destroyed. So there is no point in extending the state of emergency, because whenever the state of emergency is imposed or extended, international community criticizes Ethiopia. It says it's a violation, the people's rights are violated under the state of emergency. Arbitrary arrests are made, arrests have been made, hundreds arrested since the start of state of emergency, some released, by the way. But state of emergency was always a source of criticism from Ethiopian international partners, human rights organizations. So why should the government extend state of emergency when it is not achieving results? International community is criticizing as well. There is no point. That is why it would be better for government to just continue the military operation in the Amhara region and not extend the state of emergency. And if you remember, I told you, I said whether state of emergency is extended or lifted in the region, military won't withdraw. That was my analysis months ago, and you're seeing that now, that there is no extension in state of emergency. Military is still there, operation still ongoing. Now the government tell the international community that it has lifted state of emergency, but practically on the ground there is no change. No change in terms of the ongoing military operation against Fano fighters. Yes, there could be a little change in the way people are being arrested, because they're being arrested under state of emergency. They had no place to go to. Courts were not empowered to take action, with regard to incidents happening under the state of emergency proclamation. The state of emergency proclamation related arrests cannot be challenged at courts, or if they're challenged, the state of emergency proclamation gives impunity to forces. So that might change, but even without state of emergency, anyone can be arrested in Ethiopia. You know that. Anyone can be arrested. Courts under the thumb of the government. So state of emergency proclamation was unnecessary. Government has realized that. That is why no extension, but no withdrawal of the Ethiopian National Defense Force from the Amhara region. Rather, we're seeing the same situation. Parliament met yesterday to it approved the new law to restore TPLF as a party, political party. No one talked about state of emergency. No one from the government too. It means government is not interested in extending state of emergency, but government will not withdraw troops from the region. Military operation is set to continue. Maybe. Thank you for watching.